1 week ago, we witnessed a last-minute win for the Wallabies that left the Springboks seething at the result. But luckily for them, they only have to wait 7 days for another shot. And that is where we are here today. Suncorp Stadium, the Wallabies versus the Springboks Rugby Championship. These two sides will do battle yet again. Hello everyone and welcome back along to your home of rugby and the Rugby Championship, where we've got the 4 Southern Hemisphere sides doing battle week in and week out. Last week the Wallabies picked up that last second result against the Springboks. Today they will be looking for revenge against the Wallabies. Of course, this is a team, the Springboks, that have won the World Championship, the Rugby World Cup in 2019, and this is their first real test since that tournament victory. And let's be honest, the Wallabies have set themselves up nicely in the competition with wins over the Springboks to kick them off. Of course, they've still got to meet the All Blacks, the South Africans, and the Wallabies have to go on to play the Pumas, so we are sitting nicely in the mid-stage of this competition. Let's take a look at the lineups for the two sides tonight, kicking things off with the Wallabies in the front row. James Slipper, Folau Fainga and Taliana Tupou will be their 1, 2 and 3. Going up against them, Trevor Nyakani, Bongi Mbanabi and Franz Maholba will be the big boys in the front row for the Springboks. Moving into the second row, Isaac Rodder and Matt Phillip will be the 4 and 5, and Evan Beef and Marvin Aurier will line up against them in the middle of the pack. Into the back row, and this is sure to be a big battle yet again. Lockie Swinton will wear 6. Michael Hooper, of course, captaining the tight side from the open side, and Rob Valentini will be at the back of the pack. For the Springboks, Sakalisi will be on the blind side flank. Franco Mostard will be on the open side, and Dane Vermeulen will be the big number 8 enforcer yet again for the Springboks. Into the back line, and we see Nick White come in for a start at scrum half. He'll partner Quade Cooper in that 19 combination. Up against him will be Faf de Klerk and Andre Pollard. The midfield battle will once again be Shaw Entertainment, with Samu Karevi and Len Nikitau going up against Damien Delendi and Lekanyu Arm. 2 that like to attack versus 2 that are defensively very, very sound. On the left wings, Marika Cotton and Betsy goes up against Maka Zola Mapipi, and we have Andrew Callaway and Sabu Nkosi on the right-hand side. At fullback, Tom Banks and Billy LaRue will put together another big encounter by the dynamic fullbacks. Love a good kicking game, big punts on them as well, but also dangerous when they want to run the football. The two sides have plenty of depth on the bench as well. For the Wallabies, Kaituu, Bell and Robinson, the front row replacements, Swain in the second row, and Samu, the back row off the bench. McDermott, Hodge and Pataya will be the backline replacements for the Wallabies. For the Springboks, Marks, Kitshoff and Koch will be the front row replacements. Van Staden and will be the second row, of course, with Smith and Weiss in the back row. Yankees and Willemse will be the 2 backline replacements yet again. It's a beautiful sunny day here. We're ready for more Rugby Championship action. The two sides about ready for kickoff, so let's get down to the action. Well, last week certainly did buck the trend of expected results, with the Springboks going down for their first loss of the championship. Now the Wallabies have to back it up as Andre Pollard gets us underway. And a kickoff down to Tupou, and the Wallabies with the football for the first time in these two sides tonight. It's kicked out from Quade Cooper, and Billy LaRue gets his first touch of the football as well. The Springboks looking to fight their way back now. They've got a point to prove. Here's Mostard down the short side. Strong run there from the open side flank. Here gets the Springboks on the front foot. Here's Faf de Klerk. Little chip over the top, finding grass. Tom Banks goes across there to take that one nicely. Sabu Nkosi with a good chase, and the Springboks battle hard at the breakdown. Early turnover. Early chance now to attack. Left side, Mapipi running away. Can't quite beat the tackle. And that was a try save there from Len Nikitau. De Klerk picks and goes himself. Can't get away from the Wallabies defence, and it's a hard battle for the Springboks. Hang on, Vermeulen. Oh, great offload from Vermeulen. Lekanyu Arm to the line, just a few metres short. Taken down, good tackle by Banks. De Klerk again, short side numbers, and an overlap out wide. Decoy runners for the Springboks, and Marcus Olamapipi grabs the opening try of the night. Oh, big turnover in the 22 for the Springboks. Look at what Vermeulen did there. Beautifully drew in the outside defender. And cutting back was Lekanyu Arm. And then Fufta Clark sees all the space out here as there's a decoy from Khaleesi and Mostert. Held the defender inside. Gave an easy run in to the king on the left wing, Marcus Mapimpi, grabbing the first points of the night. Here is Pollard, left side. He's just not quite got that to curl enough, and it stays away to the right. Unsuccessful from Pollard, and the Springboks lead remains at just 5 points to nil. Well, the Wallabies kicked away early possession there, didn't they? They had the ball off the kickoff, and Quade Cooper looked for a little bit of something. It was replied with an attacking kick by the Springboks, and ruck pressure is really what changes things as Pollard finds acres of space through the defensive line and kicks away from Banks at the back, who has to retrieve all the way deep in his 22. And he drills this one into touch, makes no mistake about finding that sideline, but doesn't get a huge amount of territory off the big boots of Banks. And the Wallabies again under pressure after 14 minutes of this match, and Banabi will throw, and Michael Hooper steals it at the back. It's not straight. The Wallabies with an advantage on their side as Karevi has a bit of a scamper. They're going, cutting nicely, the Wallabies, as Callaway. There's a little bit of room on that right wing. Mapimpi shuts him down quickly. It's a bit technical here for the Wallabies at the moment. There's a hit-up run there from Phillip once more. Here's White across to Phillip again. There's Karevi. Changes direction, draws Valilu across to the left and kicks over his head. Mapimpi gets back there again in the 22. Offloading in the tackle, dead ending nicely. Here's Fufta Clark, plenty of room out wide. Samoa Nkosi runs away from Swinton. Wants a beat, and it's a high shot from Tom Banks. Swinton was burned, lit for dust by Samoa Nkosi. And one-on-one there. Oh, what a call this is from the Springboks. Andre Pollard looking to take one off the tee. A long way out, 55 plus the angle. Pollard hits it. It's on target. Has it got the legs? Oh, it does. Flags are up. Pollard nails one from next door. And it is 8 points to nil. The Springboks taking this one very early by the scruff of the neck. Back to Quade Cooper we go at halfway. Kicks off short this time. Chases his own kick. Nick White is the one to get there. Michael Hooper over the ball. Wallabies will get the turnover. Big play as well now. Inside the Springboks half. Great offload. Tupou inside to Karevi. Karevi looking to step. Can't quite find it.
Release.
Numbers there in the gold of Australia. It's a nothing play there from Nick White. Going backwards. Springboks get over the ball and they turn it over as well. De Klerk slips it back. Mapimpi way off his wing as well, finding a nice little ball. Delendi. Mapimpi gets it back, looks for support, throws a dummy. Makazole Mapimpi getting a little bit electric. De Klerk again. Springboks finding easy roads into the Wallabies half. Marvin Aurier goes up towards the 22, but he's driven backwards. And into touch he goes. Both sides throwing a bit of caution to the wind here, attacking rugby. But not quite the results yet on the scoreboard. 8 points to nil. Taken in the middle nicely from Matt Phillip. He's the man. Karevi out to Ikitau. Back to Karevi again. There was a little bit of pedestrian there for the Wallabies. There's Rumi on the left-hand side. Nick White, he can't get the pass. He needed to offload that. There was huge numbers. Now they go through Taliana Tupou. Normally does deliver a good pass. This time he's caught. And the Springboks turn it over again. That one's knocked on. Big mistake there. Mbanabi spills the ball to the dummy and a go. Rob Valentini. Bang around the corner to Swinton. Points Banks. Nice offload to Callaway. And Andrew Callaway will scamper in. Mapimpi the chase. Drags him back. What a turn that is. Mapimpi the defensive player of the day. Wallabies though in the 22 still. Callaway should be celebrating a try. Mapimpi stopped him. Now the Springboks turn it over and they look to escape jail in their 22. Mostert ramped up. Big play defensively by the Wallabies. They'll turn it back over. Here's White. Tupou gets the ball in a very uncomfortable position. Can't do much with that. Valentini. Oh, that's surely an offside player there around the breakdown. Surely. Referees let that go. Wallabies do well to hold on to it. Nick White to the left side. Half-time rings as well. You heard that a minute or so ago. As the Wallabies, through White, try and find some way through the breakdown. Left side. Oh, nicely from Fainga. Here's Samu. Oh, great chance for Karevi. Samu Karevi trundling his way through. Philip, pick and go. Wallabies fight for possession. White again. Tupou. God, Korobeni doesn't need him. Taliana Tupou. Great pace of the back of the breakdown. And the threats of Monica Cotton-Betsy was enough to hold the defensive line of the Springboks. This was sensational. I thought Philip may have overdone his hand there. Thought he might have did too much. But Nick White, Tupou, look at that dummy. Beautiful work. Billy LaRue didn't want a piece of the big man. Well, we know how much he loves to run. Taliana Tupou, strong ball carrier, skills of the silkiest of backs. And he's put the Wallabies right back in this game as Quade Cooper's kick is shaved away to the left. Unsuccessful from Cooper. But the Wallabies right back in this match now, 5 points to 8. And it is certainly game on as we head to the sheds for half-time. The Wallabies fighting back into the second half. But it is all to play for in the second 40. Look at that. Stats tell a big story. Possession massively with the Springboks, but they've only managed the 8 points, and they let that late try in from the Wallabies that has certainly pushed things back towards the level peggings. Both sides have been rather attacking, which is a surprising thing about it. Springboks taking a penalty goal chance when they got it, and Pollard kicked a long ranger to put them now the difference maker. That 3 points, the lead for the Springboks. Back to the second half we go. Quade Cooper kicking us off, and oh, big tackle there on Mbanabi. Hammered as they went straight through him. Here's Khaleesi. Oh, big shoulder there from Khaleesi, but he's taken high. Oh no, this is trouble. Hooper's coming across. Nick White maybe going to the bin. Yellow card. Nick White goes. Tackle on Captain Khaleesi. That was a strong run by the Springboks captain, and Pollard, similar spot from where he kicked the earlier three, has turned this one down, and they've gone to the sidelines. Man advantage now as well. What can they cook up here, the Springboks? Can they find another 5-pointer? And Banabi took a heavy hit at the start of the second half. To the back, Franco Mostert assured in the line out, as we know. Moores. And this is good from the Springboks too. Pollard joins to the back. Of all players, he pops in there. De Klerk runs. Billy LaRue takes it up. Oh, that's sensational. It's been pimped into the corner. Just taken down. Oh, what a play from Billy LaRue. The Wallabies turn it over. Hickey Tau gives to Cooper, who drills it, smashes it, cannons it into touch. Boy, oh boy, Billy LaRue almost did the remarkable for the Springboks. Great switch of play, took it angling towards the right, switched it back at pace to Mapimpi. He just about got that job done. Aurier, middle of the line out, good take too from the second row. Here's De Klerk. Mostert, one ball from Mostert. Savo and Kossi with a run to the line, and he gets there as well. Tom Banks coming across at pace, could not stop the electric wheels of Sabu and Kossi. That's a great Springboks try. And just like that, from the set piece, Wallabies unable to escape. And they strike. Massive pass here from Franco Mostert. And the commitment there of Monica Cotton-Betsy has to be questioned. As Kossi got around the outside of him without too much bother at all. Big try, massive try in the context of this match. 13 points to 5. Conversion from Pollard is good. We've got a 2-pointer finally. We've had 2 misses from 2 earlier tries, but now finally we get one on the board, and the Wallabies get Nick White back on the field as well. Costly. That is hugely costly for the Wallabies. Man down, they concede a very crucial 7. Cooper gets the game back underway. Khaleesi, oh no! Oh no, it's Nick White! It's Nick White, he's back on the field, and he's put the shoulder into Khaleesi again. Same player as a tackler and receiver. Oh my word, he's lucky to be on the field here. That's almost a double yellow-red for Nick White. My goodness me. Luck. Sighting of the Wallabies. That would have been at Currents for sure. And Manami to throw to an attacking Springboks lineouts. Aurier, the man in the middle again. De Klerk, great fluidity off the line there. Great offload from Pollard. Finds Delende, and look who it is. Big man Fries Maholba. Right under the black dot. That's a great Springboks try. What can you say about that than utter brilliance? Look at how smooth this was. Off the line out, popped down to De Klerk, hit the line. Pollard beat the defender, finds Delende, beats the defender, finds Maholba. That is outstanding. World-class rugby from the Springboks. And that is absolute class. Smooth, fluid, and just beautiful to watch. Here's Pollard adding another 2. It's 22-5. Wallabies sinking here big time. Springboks all over them. And that try is certainly one for the highlight reel at the end of this match. What a beauty. Well, Quade Cooper won't be liking the amount of kicking off he's doing here at the moment in the goal jumper. As Manami takes down yet another kick-off. He's been busy in that area of the match. As De Klerk finds a good little short ball there and running more than he probably would have been used to there, but it's a bit. There's De Klerk in, offloads, and Manami. Nice to Pollard. Oh, he somehow threw that away again. Khaleesi, beautiful! And now they round the left inside, and he can't find the offload. Mapimpi was gone if he could. The Springboks are being possessed at the moment. They're on another level. Oh no! This time it's Fainga. And another high shot. Certainly does kill the momentum of the Springboks, but boy, given the circumstances, you just can't afford to give away easy points like this. The clock is against the Wallabies, the scoreboard is against the Wallabies, and it looks like it's going to get even worse here as Pollard steps up with another three-pointer, and it's good! Straight over! 25-5. This one is a thumping. Well, there's a wide smile on the face of Handré Pollard. And why not as well? He's kicked fairly well, especially as this game was worn on. He's got better and better. 15 minutes to play. What can the Wallabies do here? Down it goes to Maholba. He's got a try to his name. Nice little offload there. And they keep it going. Delende finding space and room. Can he pass? No, he's taken high. It's Tom Banks. Oh, the Wallabies are out of control. They are absolutely reckless. That's another yellow card. And we may not see Tom Banks return. He slowly sludges off the field. There is 12 to play, so we may well see Banks back. But take a look at this. Pollard, well, he's just taking the mickey now, isn't he? Another kick, 55. This one's 60. He's hit it very high. Across the field, across the posts. And it is a straight. Samu Karevi runs up, finds Philip nicely. Cooper can't quite escape the grasp, and Manami turnover. They're all running the wrong way, the Springboks. They're running to get onside. This is beautiful interplay though, keeping it alive. Mostert, oh, he is still on run with Mapimpi. He didn't give it. Numbers on the left. They've got to go there. Khaleesi changes his mind. Back to the right. Pollard gets a short ball from Faf de Klerk. It's all a bit fancy from the Springboks. Looks beautiful to watch though. Come unstuck this time. The Wallabies get the ball back. Great little run there from Swinton. Outside the 22, he avoided about 3 defenders. Phillip, double switches to the play. Left side, they look for room. Banks tries to inject himself in the back line. Can't do so. Now it's deep to Cooper. Coming from nowhere, Karevi. Back inside to Hooper. Tries to step past, can't get away. Another couple of metres. It's gained for the Wallabies. They just get out of the 22. Nick White probably deserves a bit of a thumper from all the big ones he's put in to the Springboks tonight. Pick and go from Rob Valentini, almost gets away. Springboks throwing no one into these breakdowns now. They're happy to defend. They've got enough points on the board. This is nice at the moment from the Wallabies though. Everyone getting involved. Nick White slipping it inside. Quake Cooper right there too. Here's another round from Valentini. Matt Phillip. A lot of carries. Penalty Springboks. Oh, Franco Mostert. How well did he time that? Just beautiful from the number 7. You saw the Springboks, they were holding off rucks, and then that isolated player, bang, they hit it in a flash, Mostert right on hand, and that is a penalty. Let's be honest, the Wallabies didn't get much out of their 22. Andre Pollard with a final say in this matchup, going for the 3, nails it easy as you like, right in front, and this has been a second half demolition job by the Springboks, and they take this one home by a comfortable 23 points. 28 points to 5, the full-time score here in this Rugby Championship matchup. That is big for the Springboks. They go on next week, of course, to face the All Blacks in their 100th Test match. It's what we've all been waiting for, and we finally may well get to see it in action. For this one, though, the Wallabies have been poor, very poor, and now they take on a dangerous Pumas side next week. The only try for Wallabies, Taniela Tupou, an absolute screamer as well. But let's be honest, the Springboks had screamers of their own. Maholba, Mapimpi and Nkosi grabbing 1 apiece. Pollard 2 out of 3 conversions and 3 out of 4 penalty goals. Let that sum it up. It was just ill-discipline that cost the Wallabies 2 yellow cards, but way more penalties than that, and that cost them territory, it cost them possession, and of course it cost them big points. The Springboks, they dominated possession, and they put them well on the way to getting a result here tonight. That is it from me today though, a big win for the Springboks, and they go on with another big matchup next weekend. I'll be back again for that one as always. Of course I'll see you all for that. Of course, next up though, we do have the second meeting between the All Blacks and the Pumas. Until then though, thanks for tuning in and watching. Hope you enjoyed this matchup, especially those Springbok fans out there who haven't been having the best results from their own team on the actual field. Enjoy this one, and we'll see you all next time. Until then, take care.